Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai. All praises, honor, and infinite glory goes to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone rule well. And salutations to the elect that pushes truth in all sincerity. Sincere shalom to the hopeful elect that keeps her garments clean and does the will of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai. Dwadi Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, for allowing me to do another video. In today's video, I want to talk about these other nations see America and exploiting America. America, Great Babylon, is through. Okay, so in this video, okay, basically what I'm trying to push across, the message is these other nations, okay, they know, okay, that Great Babylon, okay, is weak, all right, that it doesn't have the same power as it used to, okay, you know, and their desire, okay, is to flat out, you know, come against it, okay, to come against America, you know, you see, because right here, okay, this video that I have up, okay, we already know about the Colonial pipeline, okay, basically what they're saying, okay, is that some hackers, okay, they hacked in, okay, you know, and was able to what? Disrupt the pipeline, okay, you know, where people can't get gas, you see, where gas is, they can't get gas, see, that's why in different areas, okay, the South, okay, and in the East Coast, okay, the gas prices have went up, you know, you see, so basically, all right, Russia just said, fuck it, I don't care, you know, they just hacked them, you know, they hacked the U.S., okay, not only did they have the courage to do something like that, but they actually succeeded, okay, these are the two things, okay, that's really showing that Great Babylon is through, okay, it's through a thing, you know, okay, this place is so weak that it can actually get hacked, okay, and the fact that other countries don't mind to do it, other countries are not afraid of Great Babylon, you know, okay, so like I said, through the spirit, okay, the main thing I'm trying to push in this video is the fact that basically that these countries, they don't fear America, okay, they don't fear America, and not only, you know, they have a desire to obviously come against America, that when they come against America, they actually, you know, they actually can. And America is weak, where they really can't, you know, do much, okay? America is not as powerful as it used to be. Great Babylon, okay, it's not as powerful as it used to be, okay? And all of this that I'm talking about through the Spirit, okay, it's all the doings of the Most High and the Son, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This is who you have to give credit to, okay? He's the one that's producing all these different stuff, plain as day, you know? So, let's play this video. I got 2 precepts and that'll be the end.
The federal government today confirmed that a Russian criminal group is behind the hacking of a crucial energy pipeline. The Biden administration said it is working with the Colonial pipeline company to deal with the cyber hack and its effects. Colonial shut down its pipeline, the largest of its kind in the U.S., after the company learned it was the victim of this cyber extortion attempt. William Brangham is back now with the latest on that story.
Judy, the FBI said a group known as DarkSide is responsible for this cyber attack, which used what is known as ransomware. Ransomware is malicious computer code that blocks an owner's access to their computer network until a ransom gets paid. Colonial operates a 5,500-mile-long pipeline that carries almost half the jet fuel and gasoline that's delivered along the East Coast. The company has so far refused to say whether it paid any ransom, but said it hopes to be largely back online by the end of this week. So far, the impact on gas prices has been small. But this attack is just the latest example of ransomware incidents in the U.S. By one estimate, in just the past year, more than 113 federal, state, and municipal agencies, 500 plus health facilities, and more than 1,600 schools, colleges, and universities have all been attacked with ransomware. For more on this and the justifiable alarm bells it's ringing, I'm joined by Megan Stiefel. She's with the Global Cyber Alliance, which is a nonprofit dedicated to reducing cyber risk. Very good to have you on the NewsHour. This most recent attack on this pipeline, I think largely because it's such a major piece of infrastructure, seems like a real escalation. Is this among the worst type of ransomware attack we've seen so far?
Thanks very much for having me tonight. In terms of its household recognition of this being an important issue, I would say yes. But we've seen in the past, for example, WannaCry that happened in 2017 hit victims in 150 countries. So this is a major incident in terms of the impact it can have on the East Coast. And
the way that they're talking is it's like they kind of don't mind. Like they're like, well, at the end of the day, I'm definitely going to find a way to obviously offset this. It's like America has so much pride. It's like even when he's getting his ass beat and getting taken down, he still don't even realize like he has to he's just like he doesn't know the severity of what's going on. You know, that pride blinds you, man. That pride blinds you, you know? You see? The fact that they're able to do this, that's big. That's really bad. And they're just talking like, oh, you know, we'll be able to figure it out. Like, this is the sense of urgency you have, you know? That pride, man, it blinds.
infrastructure distribution, but sadly more could come and has in the past.
So as I mentioned, ransomware is basically holding a computer network hostage for money. And the company behind the hackers behind this said, yes, that was their goal. But does ransomware software allow hackers to do more than just hold the system? Could they sabotage it? Could they use it for nefarious purposes? Does it allow you to do that?
In some cases, yes. When an actor gains access to a network such as this, they could have the ability to have very serious consequences on safety. But it also is against their interests to do so. If an individual or if there's harm done, significant impact, that in some ways can ruin their brand, so to speak. And in this case, and other networks, they say, oh, we're not going to target healthcare sector. I think we're seeing that these folks probably didn't mean to have the impact in this instance that they did.
So I touched on these huge numbers, but is this a growing epidemic? Are we seeing a rise in these types of attacks?
Yes, particularly over the past year. You mentioned some figures that to me, I think add up to this one that we know well, which is 2,400 school systems, governments, and healthcare facilities in 2020 were reportedly the victims of ransomware. And that's only the reported victims. The issue, too, that we see in this space is that not all victims want to come forward to law enforcement. And that really hinders the ability for law enforcement and the government to make an informed decision and develop the best policy options that they have to try and counter this incident.
Yeah, man, America's weak. This is that simple. America's getting weak, okay? America's getting weak in all different levels, okay? You see? And it's internet, okay? You know? It's economy, okay? When I mean internet, basically it's cyber security, okay? You see? Basically all levels of America are just weakening, you know?
This attack.
So from a technical perspective, how does ransomware get into a computer network?
Technically, in most cases, ransomware evolves from a suspicious email. Someone clicks on an email that we call these phishing emails, where someone who you think is an associate or a colleague sends you an email saying, I need you to open this, I need you to do this right now, luring you into clicking on a link. That link often reroutes the user to not the intended place they thought they were going, but to a malicious website that then is involved in downloading further malicious software, allowing the perpetrators to gain access to that particular individual's computer and thereby the organization's network. And depending on how well the network is architected, they may have access then to a range of places within the network, to very sensitive data, to, in some cases, not so sensitive data. But in most cases, these types of actors will look for data that they know is valuable and that they can then, again, hold it ransom so that they can make money.
It's amazing how simple it is that one click on a dubious email can set off this chain reaction and really imperil huge pieces of infrastructure.
It is, and we don't want to overplay the simplicity of it, right? There are a number of steps that can be taken that can frustrate these actors' ability to have such an outsized impact. Known best practices, such as using multi-factor authentication on networks, making taken that can frustrate these actors' ability to have such an outsized impact. Known best practices, such as using multi-factor authentication on networks, making sure that there are automatic backups to data, making sure that software is as kept up to date as possible, so that vulnerabilities, which is how these exploits are able, or these types of activities are able to take advantage of a weakness in a network, making sure that those vulnerabilities are closed. So it takes a range of steps, and in some cases they have to be lucky once, and in some cases they may have to spend additional time on a victim's network. And the goal here is to make sure that everyone's using best practices so that it's not their network that's at risk, it's someone else's.
It seems like you're describing quite a few different holes to patch, both our personal behavior, the way we build software, and then how companies operate this software. Do you think that there's a role for the government to play in any of this, in helping these best practices move along?
Absolutely. I was fortunate to lead a ransomware task force that actually convened wrapped up our concluding remarks just 2 weeks ago. And that group came together, over 50 organizations, and identified a range of actions.
This is Joel 3, and start 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Okay, so why do I get this scripture? I get this scripture because obviously these other countries, okay, due to biblical prophecy, they're going to be in the spirit of what? The spirit of, feeling themselves, where they feel like, I'm strong.